What's going on, guys? I am just at work here in my home office in my bedroom. If you can see, I'm doing some documentation, and I was taking a break. I looked at my Twitter. I saw that Augie had made a quick video exclaiming that his channel has been demonetized, like the entire channel that he has. And while I don't necessarily agree with the commentary mafia, as I've dubbed them, or the commentary community, as some of them call them, they do have a place on the platform, and they should be allowed to air their opinions, even if I disagree with their tactics or their perspective. And YouTube stepping in and saying that they are demonetizing Augie's channel for harassment, to me, is unacceptable. As far as my personal standpoint with Augie is concerned, I let him do what he wants to do. Like, him and I haven't always seen eye to eye. We had a little bit of a run-in a couple weeks back regarding the tipster being a simp for Destiny FOMO situation, and he wanted to have me on his show, which I decided not to go on because of a few different reasons that I'm not going to get into here. But suffice it to say, I have interacted with him, and I do have a perspective to add to this, which is what's moving me to even make this video in the first place. Now, Augie's channel has been demonetized according to a message that he shared on Twitter. He also made a video exclaiming his frustrations with it and how his YouTube career is basically over. While I don't necessarily believe that to be the case, I'm sure this will be resolved like most of these things are. YouTube will be called out by a bigger channel, and maybe it might even bring more attention to him in the future, and it might end up turning out to be a good thing, which would be great for him. But as of right now, he's saying that he has about $2,000 in super chats that is being locked away and not given to him. Not sure about the legitimacy of that. Doesn't make much sense. If he's earned the money, then he should be getting that. And I can't really speak too much on that because I'm not familiar with how that all works. But if that is truly the case, if YouTube has about $2,000 of his money that people have given to him and they're not going to dispense it to his account, that is concerning. Because what is YouTube doing with that money? Not to mention what they did with demonetizing his entire channel over quote-unquote harassment without giving a specific reason for it. I look at Augie as someone who talks about drama, talks about topics, topical conversations on the internet, things that he finds interesting, things that the community, his followers, want him to talk about. And I mean, you can form your own opinion on if he's fair about things or not. That's not my place. I mean, to me, YouTube is you. It's your channel. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want with it and not have to face the repercussions of concerns that the almighty YouTube is over your shoulder listening to you and deciding the fate of your future based off of whose feelings you're hurt or not. That is very concerning. I have tons of problems with YouTube stepping in and saying, oh, we actually aren't going to be allowing your content on this platform anymore because your opinion varies from ours. And because of that, you're not going to be able to get monetized because you don't stand in the same area that we stand on what we feel like is appropriate or not. Now, people always fall back to saying, well, YouTube is a private company. They should be allowed to do what they want with their creators. And if there's somebody who is doing something wrong, it represents their platform incorrectly, then YouTube has all the right in the world to demonetize them and take them, deplatform them if they want to, and make their life a living hell, remove them from the algorithm, all these horrible things. And I look at that and say, no, I disagree. YouTube is a public forum. It is a platform for everybody to come to and use. And while Google always tries to hide behind, oh, we're a private company and we're allowed to do what we want to do, they are a monopoly. So they are not allowed to act like a private company. They are the end-all be-all when it comes to search engines, and they promote the videos within their own search engine. So it's not fair for Google to claim to be a private company if they're serving the public masses and they are supposedly a force that is supposed to be giving uninterrupted, unbiased service information to people who are searching for whatever they want to find. But more and more, as time goes by, you see Google the parent company of YouTube, inserting themselves into the equation, deciding, being the God Almighty, deciding who is okay and who's not in their eyes. And because of that, it's ruining the channels that are building a platform for themselves on it. And there's no competition. There's no place for them to go to do what they do on YouTube. People say, oh, there's Twitch, there's Amazon, there's Facebook, there's all these. Yeah, none of those are promoted by the Google search engine, which everybody uses, which is the unstoppable force. So you can't look at YouTube as a private entity, as a company that should be allowed to make these kind of decisions if they're going to be promoting people who search for things, because it gives an unfair advantage to the bias of whatever YouTube wants to be shown, and other people don't have a voice like they should have. It's a very unfair playing ground, and I don't agree with it whatsoever. Now, this also happened to another channel that I am a big fan of, and that is the Grumpy Munchkins, who had his 68th video taken down because it was satirical comedy talking about the virus in China. It was hysterical. Had me cracking up. And to me, it wasn't offensive. It was comedy. I looked at it as poking fun at a situation from the perspective of comedy, like what a stand-up comedian does, what comedy for ages has been. And we get to this now new era of SJW propaganda where you need to fit your agenda in this square peg, and it doesn't matter what shape you are. You need to conform to what is acceptable in YouTube's eyes. Otherwise, too bad, so sad, you don't stand a chance. Not only we're going to be removing monetization from you, but according to Augie, withholding payments that have been given to him by his subscribers because he, quote unquote, is being demonetized by harassment, which is a whole nother thing, by the way. What was harassment? What did he do specifically? YouTube does not acknowledge or pinpoint the areas because they know they'll be scrutinized, so they can just come at people with something very generic, very bland. Oh, we're demonetizing your channel because harassment. We're demonetizing your channel because of XYZ. Okay, show me where. Show me what I did. What was so wrong? You can't do that because you know that people will come at you saying, that's a perspective. People are allowed to give their honest opinion on things, and you shouldn't be curbing the argument into what you want, YouTube, because their opinion flies in the face of your agenda. That is a gigantic issue that the platform is facing. And like I said, Grumpy Munchkins made a fantastic video just published today. Definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the description talking about the problems, the hypocrisy on YouTube's end, on how they'll say one thing and do another, and how they'll demonetize channels that don't agree with their standpoint. That is scary. Like, I don't see many people up in arms with this right now. Like, it kind of came up like in a wave a few months ago. People were frustrated with it, and that kind of died down. Now it seems like YouTube is starting to go hard at channels, hitting them where it hurts in their wallets. Now, Grumpy Munchkins hasn't even made one payout his entire YouTube career. He's been doing this for like 3+ years, making videos, and yet to get a payout because most of his videos are demonetized because they don't fit what the algorithm is accepting, what is advertiser friendly, which is hysterical to me again, because I covered in a video previously talking about how we got Destiny FOMO advertising her OnlyFans on YouTube. Yet the content that the content creators are making has to be advertiser friendly in order to get ads placed in front of it. It just seems a little bit hypocritical on YouTube's end. And I don't want to lose the focus of this video. I just want to bring attention to a very concerning situation that is picking up steam. It's rolling down the hill, and it's getting a bigger and bigger ball of crap rolling down this trash hill of YouTube. And until people start taking YouTube to task on this, it's only going to get worse. Do I agree with Augie, with the commentary community, with Boblax, with Diorio, with Tipster? No, I've made it very clear that I think these guys are probably not the best to be trusted when it comes to being good people. but they're still allowed their opinion. They're still allowed their standpoint, and they shouldn't be demonetized because what their standpoint is different from mine or different from YouTube's. I think that's a load of BS, and I think it removes a very important piece of the conversation, and that is the ability to talk about our feelings, the ability to put them out on the table and have a conversation. People are too scared. They're hiding behind their feelings. They're acting like they're getting bullied and harassed about everything instead of being accountable for their actions. And if the internet, if YouTube gets to be harassment for you specifically, log off. Turn your computer off. Go outside. Get a breath of fresh air. Stop doing this. Don't go crying to daddy, mommy, YouTube that you're getting harassed. Get out of here with that. That's pathetic. Anyways, I have hope that this will end up being a good thing for Augie from his perspective. But as of right now, the entire situation is a load of BS, and I am beyond frustrated about it. So hopefully this just brings a little bit of awareness of what's going on with YouTube right now, because this needs to be talked about. It's a big deal. I'm going to leave it right there. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing.